Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome. It's December. Yay, I guess. I think we're there. We're doing it.
It's yay.
It's yay. Oh, all right. So before we get started, go ahead and get into your comfortable seat. We're here in person and Zoom today. We are here in person and Zoom next Monday. Then there's no class anywhere. And then that final Monday, the 20 something, is Zoom only. So it's all in the email. I know you all have it. The draft. If it gets warm, we can open the windows back up. All right, so go ahead and come to your comfortable seated position. Start to think about sitting up nice and tall. Have a couple blocks if anybody wants one. Go ahead and shrug your shoulders up to your ears. Bring them up really, really tight. Squeeze them up by your ears and then drop them down. And then bring your shoulders close up to your ears again. Shrug them up. Squeeze them up and then drop. So as you let your shoulders drop away from your ears, think about sitting up nice and tall. So if you need to wiggle a little bit to find your sit bones, go ahead and do that. And then think about as you breathe in, the crown of your head reaching up to the ceiling as your hips sink down into the ground. And then draw your breath in, grow tall, and on your exhale, retain that height. Breathe in. And slowly breathe out. So if you want to let your eyes close or gaze softly at the ground in front of you, go ahead. We're going to start to lengthen our breaths. So breathe in for a count of 3, 2, 1, and exhale. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. 2, 3, and exhale. 2, 3. Breathe in. 2, 3, and exhale. 2. We're going to extend it a little more. So now see if you can breathe into the count of 4. And breathe out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3. Continue to breathe in these long, deep, slow breaths. Now when you think about letting go, releasing anything that you brought into the room, you can pick it up on your way out. One more set of breathing, and then let your breath return to normal. With your eyes open or closed, go ahead and stretch your fingers out to either side of you on the mat, and then tippy toe your fingertips. So tippy tap them, tippy tap them, tippy tap them. Turn your right palm up to the ceiling. Lift your right arm up towards your right ear. Breathe in and reach up, and then exhale over to the left. Breathe here for a deep side stretch. And then put that arm back up through center, let it come down onto the ground, and reach the other arm out to the side, up and overhead. Breathe here. And put that arm down. Breathe both arms up. Face your palms to me and then make finger puppets. Sorry, I blanked out on what I was going to say there. And then squinch your fingers. So we all use our computers and our phones all day. So go ahead and wiggle your fingers. Get your hands moving. Maybe roll your wrists a little bit in one direction and then in the other. And then as we breathe in, we're going to reach up to the ceiling. And on our exhale, we're going to twist to the right. Bringing our right arm behind us and our left hand to our right knee. This is early in class, so be gentle, don't break yourself, just take a gentle twist. Look over your back shoulder if that's available. Now keep holding onto your knee and reach that arm out to the side and up overhead. So you've got this fulcrum, this stretch where you're holding onto your leg and then pulling away. Nice. And then come back up, reach both arms back up to the ceiling. Breathe in, reach up, exhale, twist to the left. Bring your right hand to your left knee, your left hand behind you, look over your left shoulder. And breathe. Reach your arm out to the left, bring it up over, and bend away from the knee that you're holding on to. Breathe and reach. And then come back to center. Bring your feet so that the soles of your feet are touching. You're making a diamond shape. So I don't want them really close. Kind of come out a little bit here. And then go ahead and walk yourself out over your knees, over your feet. Let your chin come into your chest and let your spine round. Let your elbows get heavy. Let the top of your head get heavy. And then feel your hips start to get heavier. Maybe they slightly open up, slightly release. And breathe. And then slowly walk up. We're going to cross our legs underneath us and come into our kneeling hands and knee pose. Tabletop, hands and knees, lots of different ways of calling it. So you want to make sure that your hands are underneath your shoulders. You're spreading your fingers, your pointer finger is pointing forward. Look between your knees, make sure your feet are straight back behind you that you can't see them. And then as you press into your mat, drop your belly, open your heart, lift your head away from the ground. Exhale, round. So draw your belly button up to your spine, crown of your head in between your hands. Inhale forward. And exhale, round. Inhale, roll forward. And exhale, round. Come back to neutral. Walk your right fingers out in front of you. Lift your right arm up off the mat so it's in line with your ear if possible, and then reach your left foot away from you. Hold here, keeping your left toes on the ground. I want you to take your right arm and swim it back towards your hip and then come back forward. Swim the arm back behind you and then reach it back forward. One more time. And now with your arm in front, if you have the balance, start to float your left leg up off the floor. Flex your left foot so your toes are pointing down. Nice. Everyone press into your right shin. Breathe here. And now see if you can do both the arm and the legs. Open both out to the side and then come back to center. So your arm can go further than your leg. Maybe. And back to center. One more time, working on our balance. And back to center. Okay, so now lower your right hand, lower your left toes. Your left leg is extended behind you. You're going to rotate your right shin 90 degrees and come onto the inner edge of your left foot. So if you're in the room, you're facing the windows. You're going to reach your left arm up to the ceiling. We are in a supported side plank. Reach your fingertips towards me, stretching through the side. Press into your foot so you can lift your top hip up a little bit more, finding that deep hip stretch. Nice. Now, using your core, you're going to rotate yourself all the way upright, arms in a T position. Ha-ha, gorgeous. All right, now we're in like a supported warrior two. Look over your right fingers. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful supported warrior two. Gorgeous. Lots of deep side stretching tonight. And then cartwheel your hands all the way back down, coming back into your tabletop position. So we did our cat-cow in the normal traditional way. Now we're going to do it side to side. So you're going to inhale to one side and then exhale as you move your hips and your head to the other side. So you're making a C and then a backward C shape. Pumping your hips, moving side to side. Nice. And now come back to center. Reach your left arm out in front of you, float your left hand up. Bring your left arm all the way back behind you, and then bring it back forward. So you're working on balancing with 3 things touching the ground, 2 legs, 1 hand. Nice, reach back forward. One more time, reach back. And reach back forward. Now, reach that right foot back behind you. Lift your right leg up off the ground, flexing your foot, toes pointing down. Think about lifting your belly button up to your spine as you lengthen your tailbone, getting nice and long from your fingertips to your heel. And now open your arm and leg to the side and back to center. So now we're balancing on 2 points. Open to the side, engage your glutes for balance, and back to center. One more time. And back to center. Lower your left toes down, lower your left hand down. Now we're going to lift up and rotate our left leg, coming onto the inside of our right foot, reaching our right arm up to the ceiling. Press down onto that right foot, reach your right arm up, and then draw your right bicep by your right ear. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And on the exhale, float yourself up into your supported warrior 2. Looking over your left fingers. Turn your left hand up and exhale back. I got turned around there. All right, and now cartwheel all the way down. If I get turned around, that's not a good sign. Come back to tabletop and go ahead and shake it out. Curl your toes under. We're going to do 1 hovering table before we go into our down dog. So engage your core, squeeze your glutes, lift your knees just a couple inches off the mat. Hold them here for 3 breaths, for 2 breaths, for 1 breath, and then lower down. Breathe in. Maybe you need to walk your hands a little bit forward. And then to a count of 4, we're going to slowly hover our knees and then start to peel our hips up. So it's 4, it's 3, it's 2, making our way into our downward facing dog. So you're going to lengthen out your legs, reach your hips up diagonal behind you. Think about your hands. Are you pressing into your knuckles and your fingertips? Don't let all that weight sink into the back of your wrists. Breathe here. Beautiful. Feel that stretch through your lower back. And now float your right leg up behind you. Draw your right knee into your chest as you slide your right foot up in between your hands, coming into your low lunge. Breathe here in your low lunge. We're going to think about dropping our right hip down, lifting our left hip up, reaching our left heel back. And now lower your left knee down, untuck your toes. Bring your hands to your right thigh. Breathe here, and then bring your hands out and up. Breathe here. As you're in this 90-90 position, I want you to think about pressing down with your left shin so that you start to feel a deeper stretch through the front of your left hip socket. Open your arms up into T. Breathe in, and as we exhale, we're going to twist to the right. Look over our right shoulder if that's available. This can get wobbly, so make sure you're squeezing your glutes, drawing your core in, lengthening your tailbone. And cartwheel your hands down, back to that low lunge, and then step your right leg back to downward facing dog. Take a long, slow, deep breath here. Rebalance if you need to. Float your left leg up behind you. Bend your left knee, draw your left knee all the way in, slide your left foot up between your hands, coming into your low lunge. Press your entire left foot into the mat. Reach your right heel back. And now lower your right knee down, untuck your right toes, and slowly climb your hands onto your left thigh. Sit up nice or stand up nice and tall, press your right shin into the mat. Your inner thighs are starting to work towards each other as your glutes squeeze away from each other. Reach your arms up. Breathe in, feeling nice and tall. And then open your arms into your T position, let your shoulders relax, breathe in, and on your exhale, twist to the left this time. So you're twisting towards your front leg, nice everyone. And if available, look over your left shoulder. Feel like you're pulling your left heel towards your right knee. Nice. And now cartwheel your hands down, back into that low lunge. And then step back to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Put your right leg up behind you. Step your right foot up between your hands, coming back into that low lunge. Breathe here. So this time we're going to lower our left knee, but we're going to keep it back behind us. So we're coming into more of a crescent lunge shape. Untuck those toes. Climb your hands up onto your right leg. You'll feel more of an angle here. And now sweep your arms up. Press your right foot into the mat, but you're sitting your hips forward. So there's a tiny little back bend here. Nice. Open your arms into a T, twist to the right, and maybe explore bringing your right hand to the back of your left thigh as you reach your left arm up and over. Take a breath here. If it's a little wobbly, press down harder into your right foot, left shin. And then unwind, cartwheel yourself back to your low lunge. Breathe and step back to your downward facing dog. Pause here, put your left leg up behind you, bend your left knee, come all the way forward into your low lunge. Breathe here. Lower your right knee back behind you, untuck your toes. Climb your hands onto your left thigh. Feel this press, this lower back, small back bend. Reach your arms up. Make sure you're pressing down into your left big toe, pinky toe, and the base of your left foot. Breathe here. And then twist and open to the left. From here, you might want to experiment with the left hand coming down behind you and the right arm reaching up and over. Think about squeezing your inner thighs towards each other for balance. And then cartwheel yourself out of it. Come back into your low lunge. Step back into downward facing dog. Breathe here. All right, put that right leg up behind you. Bring the right foot all the way up between your hands. Now, option to keep the back knee lifted, coming up into a high lunge. So reach your arms all the way up. You can lower the left knee if you need to. Reach your arms nice and high. Think about your left heel reaching back. Open your arms into a T. Find your balance. Once you feel confident here, then you can breathe in, exhale, twist to the right. Stay here, finding your balance. And then if you want, explore reaching back with your right hand, reaching your left arm up and over. This gets wobbly, so take your time. And then cartwheel yourself down to your low lunge. Step back to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Put your left leg up behind you. Bend your left knee, bring your left foot up between your hands, coming into your low lunge. Find your low lunge. Either lower your knee or keep it lifted and lift your arms all the way up. Engaging, squeezing, finding something to focus on to help you with your balance. Open your arms into your T. Find your balance, find something to stare at. Inhale, exhale, twist to the left. Straightening that back leg. And then explore, if you're interested, reaching back your left arm up and over with your right. Nice. Press down, then lift up. And then exhale, cartwheel everything down, back into your low lunge. Step back into your downward facing dog. Let your heels get heavy. We're going to stay here for a couple breaths. Think about rotating your upper arm bones outward. Head between your biceps. Now we're going to gaze forward at our fingers and slowly walk our feet up to meet our hands. Shifting the weight into your hands as you walk your feet forward, taking little tiny steps until your feet and your hands are close together. Let your head get heavy. Softly bend your knees. Once your feet feel like they're supporting you, you can lift your hands off the ground and reach for opposite elbows. Breathe here. Maybe you can rock gently side to side. Let go of your elbows and slowly roll all the way up to stand, one vertebra at a time. Letting your head come up absolutely last. Nice. All right. Fix your shirt, fix your ponytail, whatever you need to do. It's all good. All right, so once you are standing at the top of your mat, see if you can close your eyes. Let your hands come down by your side. And can you close your eyes and feel stable still, like you're not going to fall over? All right. Let your hands relax. Just going to adjust the screen a tiny little bit. There we go. And breathe here. All right. Go ahead and open your eyes. Bring your arms all the way up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine, flat back. You can bring your hands to your shins or your thighs or keep them on the ground. Plant your hands, step yourself back to plank. Hold this plank for one breath. Breathe here. Now, lower your knees down. Everyone doing it this way the first time. Now, lower your chest and chin all the way down to the mat, nice and slow, finding that strength in your arms, your back, your chest. Once you come all the way down, come into a baby cobra. Pulling your elbows back towards your hips, hands on the mat. Breathe here. And then on your exhale, press into tabletop. Curl your toes under, come into your downward facing dog. We're going to hold this down dog for 3 breaths. And some stillness and some silence in your day here. And now look forward at your hands. Shift the weight into your hands as you walk forward, taking as few or as many steps as you want. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. And then inhale, bring your palms all the way up to touch overhead. Exhale your hands down through your heart center to your side. All right, we're going to do a couple more of those sun salutation eggs, and we're going to mix them up. I'm going to give you some different options. You do what you guys want to do. Stay with me or revert back to a previous version. Totally up to you. All right. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine, flat back, hands on your shins or the floor. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Hold here in plank. Lower your knees. This time we're going to bend our elbows and lower our chest halfway down. And then press back up. Do that one more time. So you're lowering halfway down. And then press back up. From here, you're going to lift your knees off the mat, coming into an upward facing dog. And then exhale into a downward facing dog. Breathe here. Nice slow breaths. Reassess. Recenter. Look forward at your hands and take 1 or 2 or 10 steps to get your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring your arms all the way out, palms touch overhead. And then exhale your hands down by your side. Breathe in, bring your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. This time we're going to see if we can lower all the way down in one big line. So without bending your knees, bend your elbows and lower down. 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down to your stomach. Untuck your toes, bring your hands back, come into a cobra or an upward facing dog, your choice. And then exhale into a downward facing dog. Breathe here. One more deep breath. And then gaze forward at your hands and bring your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up, palms touch overhead. Exhale your hands down through heart center. One more. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. All right, this one is the chaturanga where you lower halfway down. Now you're more than welcome to put your knees down or take any other version. So bend your elbows, lower yourself half down, and then press back up. Untuck your toes, coming into your upward facing dog. And then exhale into your downward facing dog. Breathe here. So there's lots of different variations. You can even make your own up. Those are just 4 that I am sharing with you tonight. You can mix and match them any way that you want to. Take one more breath here. You can always skip it. Take a child's pose, standing down dog. You can add to it, do more push-ups. You can float forward and back. So many options. Gaze forward at your hands. Bring your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up, palms touch overhead. Exhale your hands down by your side. Breathe here. All right, before we start our flow, let's do a little bit of balancing. We've been working on some different balancing poses. So come to stand where you feel good, whether it's in the middle of the room, by the wall, by a chair. And now start to, I'm going to mirror you. So just copy me like you're looking in a mirror. Don't listen to my words. So bring your left heel up. So you're pressing your left toes into the mat. You can bring your hands to your waist or out to the side, whatever feels good for you. Now come up onto your left toes. So you're grazing the mat with your left toe. And now I want you to think about, I'm pulling a string from the top of your knee. So your knee is coming straight up out in front of you. Hold here. Now bring your arms back out into that T position if it's available. And now remember at the beginning of class, when we were twisting, see if you can turn towards that front leg, that lifted leg. Beautiful. Yes. Everybody's turning the right way. That was key. All right, and now bring your arms up into the sky overhead, face me. Flex your left foot and extend the leg out in front of you. See if you can balance there. Gorgeous. Think about that right foot getting really heavy. The right leg is like a telephone pole, cinder pole, and then float the left leg down. Bring everything down and shake it out. After so many years of teaching only on Zoom, the whole mirroring, saying one thing, doing the other one, out the window. All right. Just mirror me now.
That's all I do.
Mirror me. So press your left foot into the ground, lift your right heel up so your toes are still touching the ground. Now lift up a little bit more, so just your big toes grazing that mat, find your balance. So arms out, arms inside, whatever feels good for you right now. Now think about a string from the knee pulling straight up. So you want to try and get your thigh parallel to the floor. Hold here, find your balance, find something to focus on. Bring your arms out into your T. Breathe in, and on your exhale, twist to the right towards that knee that is in the air. Breathe here. Nice. And then reach your arms up to the sky, flex your right foot, extend the right leg out in front of you. And then bring that leg down, shake it out. Awesome, lovely. We were very successful. Come to the front of your mat. We're gonna build, the way I like to build a flow is we'll do the flow, we'll add a little bit onto it, we'll go through it 2 or 3 times depending on timing. So go ahead and make your way to the front of mat. When I say vinyasa, you do the one that makes you feel good, or skip it, or just lay down and be like, I'm not. All right, inhale, bring your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step back to plank. Your choice of your vinyasa. So knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, baby cobra, cobra, upward facing dog, whatever it is. And then we're all going to be in downward facing dog. All right. Float your right leg up behind you. Feel that right toe reach to the ceiling. Draw the right knee towards your chest. And then slide the right foot up between your hands. You're in your low lunge. We have done this before. Reach your arms out and up, coming into your high lunge. Should feel familiar. Open your arms into a T. Twist to the right, towards that front leg. Now, from here, we're going to cartwheel our arms open into a warrior 2. So the right arm comes down, the left arm comes up. We swivel that back foot, and boom, we're in warrior 2. Beautiful, everyone. Now, maybe you need to adjust. You want your front foot to be bisecting the center of your back foot. You want your right knee over your right ankle. This is not set in stone. You should move and adjust constantly through your practice. Now straighten your front leg, bring your palms to touch overhead. And exhale, melt back down into your warrior 2. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Nice. Try not to let your left hand get too heavy on your left leg. You should be able to lift it up. And then come back to warrior 2. Bend your right arm, place it on your right thigh. Reach your left arm up to the sky. Now notice if your left hip lifted and then drop it down so that the crown of your head to the outer edge of your left foot is one gorgeous straight line. Okay, from here, we're going to come back into our high lunge. We're going to rotate our left arm behind us, rotate our foot. We're back in that high lunge where we started. And then come back into our low lunge. Plant our left hand, twist up to the right. Breathe here, drop your right hip down. I know it likes to creep up to the ceiling. And then bring your right hand down, step back to plank. Go for your version of your vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin. Take a child's pose. And we will all meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here, nice and slow. All right, float your left leg up behind you. Reach that left leg away, get nice and long, and then draw the left knee in. And slide the left foot up between your hands. You're in that low lunge. Find your balance. Reach your arms out and out, coming into your high lunge. Inner thighs are active, glutes are squeezing. Open your arms into your T. And then twist towards your front leg, towards the left. Breathe here. And then we're going to windmill our arms open into our warrior two, facing the hallway. Gorgeous. Adjust your feet if you need to. And then straighten your front leg, arms touch overhead or hands touch overhead. Exhale back into your warrior two. Turn your left palm up. Exhale back, peaceful warrior. Now make sure your right hand is light on your back leg. You don't want to put a lot of weight into that. You want to use your upper body. And then flow through warrior two, bending your left arm, placing your left forearm on your left thigh. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Drop your right hip down. Nice. Make sure your left knee is opening up out to the side. And now we're going to bring our right arm all the way down behind us, swing ourselves back around into that high lunge, facing the front of our mat. Exhale, hands down to low lunge. Plant our right hand, twist up to the left. And then put the left hand down, step back to plank. Your version of the vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin, tabletop. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. And breathe here. Lift the right leg up behind you. Bend your right knee, open your right hip up a little bit. And then straighten the right leg back behind you. Bend the right knee, slide the right foot up between your hands. You're in your low lunge. Come on up to your high lunge. Open your arms into a T. Twist to the right. Cartwheel yourself into your warrior two. Straighten your right leg, palms touch overhead. Exhale back down. We're going to do that 2 more times. So inhale, lengthen and straighten. Exhale, bend back down. 1 more time, lengthen and straighten. Kind of like a lunge squat and come back down, hold here. Now take the time to adjust your feet. Make sure your heel is under your knee. You want to be able to see your big toe. So you should be opening through your hips, pressing into the outer edge of your left foot. Arms are at shoulder height. Shrug your shoulders up and then let them relax down. Look over your right fingertips. 1 more breath here. Turn your right palm up. Exhale back, peaceful warrior. I know our legs are on fire. It's okay. It'll be okay, I promise. Straighten your right leg, give me peaceful triangle. Squeeze your glutes and your inner thighs as you reach your arms out towards me, bringing your right hand down to your shin or your calf or the floor behind you or a block. Twisting your heart open to the left. Beautiful. Oh my God, you guys look so good. Nice. And now we're going to exit back into warrior two. Bend your right arm. Side angle, reaching that arm. This time, try reaching the arm towards me, getting nice and long. And then rotate down into your low lunge. Plant your left hand, reach up to the right. Stay here or start to rotate into a side plank. Hold here in your side plank. You can also do a supported side plank with 1 leg down. And now roll into your high plank. Take your vinyasa, knees, chest, chin. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog is where we will all meet. Take your breath, take your time. And put your left leg up behind you. Bend your left knee, open your hip. Extend your left leg back behind you. Draw your left knee into your chest and slide your left foot up between your hands. You're in your low lunge. Reach your arms up, coming into your high lunge. Find your balance, open your arms into a T. Breathe in, exhale, twist to the left. Cartwheel yourself into your warrior two. Straighten your left leg, palms touch overhead. Melt back down. Straighten your left leg, squeeze your booty, palms touch overhead, melt back down. One more time, reach up and melt back down. Turn your left palm up, or actually let's take a second here, check your form. Check and see that your heel is bisecting your right foot. You're pressing into your left big toe, pinky toe, and the heel of your foot. You're sitting your hips down. Your arms are out. Shrug your shoulders if that felt good last time. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. You're pressing into the outer edge of your right foot, which is activating your right leg. Your right leg is, your muscles are getting tense, they're working hard, your glute is working. And now straighten that front leg, your left leg. And reach your fingertips towards me, coming all the way into triangle pose, reaching your right arm up. So beautiful, everyone. You guys look great, your hearts are open. Nice, and now bend back into warrior two. Bend your left forearm, place your left forearm on your left thigh, reach your right arm up to the sky, reach it towards me. Find that length through your side body. One more breath here. Exit into your low lunge. Plant your right hand, twist up to the left. Stop here or keep going into a side plank. Breathe here. And then come back into your full plank. Go through your vinyasa. And we will meet in downward facing dog. Breathe your downward facing dog. All right. We're going to move into our pigeon. So float your right leg up behind you. Maybe you want to open and close that hip a little bit, get a little movement through there. And then draw your right knee towards your right wrist. Extend your left leg back behind you. I invite you to stay up a little bit tonight before we will come forward, but see if you can bring your fingertips out to either side. Now, if it starts to tweak your back, don't do it, but see if you can lift up and out. Breathe here, finding space. If you can, if you can't, don't worry about it. And then start to reach forward. Coming onto your forearms, coming on to your palms or your head. If you, okay, you all like pigeon. If you don't like pigeon, or if this isn't available to you, you can roll onto your back and take a figure four. So from this pigeon, I want you to support your head, whether you're supporting it on a blanket or a pillow or a block, or maybe it's all the way down on the ground, or you have two fists. Because once your head is supported, you will be able to release some of that tension in your shoulders, some of that keyboard tension, that 9 to 5 tension. Let it go. Always adjust if something becomes uncomfortable or you need to move. Now, see if you can extend your left leg a little bit further behind you. You get a little bit more opening in your hips. Start to come up onto your forearms. And then press your hands into the mat, straightening your arms, seeing if you can find a little bit of a back bend. We're gonna roll onto our right hip, coming into a half straddle facing the windows. Yep. So your left leg is extended towards the back wall. You can flex your toes. Your right foot is going to be touching your inner left thigh. We're going to reach our right arm out to the side and then bend over towards our left toes. So you can place your left arm where it's comfortable for you. Maybe it's on the floor, maybe it's reaching out towards your ankle, depending on your level of flexibility. Thank you. And now we're going to come back up to sitting up nice and tall. We're going to reach our arms up to the ceiling. We're going to turn towards our left big toe and then reach our hands out past it. They won't go out past it. But you're reaching them there. You're thinking about them getting there. And then they can come down to the floor, wherever. And then let your chin drop to your chest, let your head get heavy, and relax into this as much as your body will let you. And then roll back on up to seated. Place your hands at the front of your mat, come into your tabletop position. Curl your toes under, come into your downward facing dog. Put your left leg up behind you, bend your knee. Maybe you want to rotate your hip a little bit or open and close it. You can play around with that however you want. And then draw your left knee towards your left wrist and extend your right leg behind you. Straightening your right leg. Maybe look over your shoulder, make sure your foot isn't in the shape of a banana. And then if you can, bring your arms out to either side. Maybe you can come up onto your fingertips. Maybe you can find some space in your low back. If you can't, don't worry about it. This doesn't feel good for everyone. Don't force it if it feels gross. And then start to slowly fold forward, coming down onto your forearms. Holding down as far as it's comfortable for you, stacking your hands so you can rest your forehead. Letting your shoulders relax, let it go. Feel the sun rolling off the tops of your shoulders, just melting everything away. You can lengthen your right leg back behind you a little bit further. Maybe you can take a big breath in, exhale, letting a little bit more stress and tension roll off your shoulders, out your arms. And now slowly come up onto your forearms. Straighten your arms out in front of you. Breathe here, and then roll onto your left butt cheek, coming into a wide straddle with your right leg extended out towards the back wall. Your left foot comes in towards your inner thigh. Nice. Breathe here, sit up nice and tall. Reach your left arm out and then up and over towards your extended right leg. Breathe here. So think about your right ear coming closer to your right knee. Trying to turn your heart open to the side. So you might feel a lot of work in your waist and your torso. And then come all the way up, reach both arms up to the ceiling. Twist so your belly button and your nose face your right big toe. Reach out past those toes. And then let your hands relax on the ground on either side of your leg, wherever they fall. Let your chin come into your chest. Let the crown of your head get heavy down towards the ground. Slow takeaways. And then roll yourself all the way up. Slide your feet to the front of your mat so you're facing me. Feet on the mat, knees to the ceiling. I love a slow roll. Reach your arms out in front of you. We're going to go down to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Once your head is on the ground, walk your feet to the outer edge of your yoga mat and let your feet windshield wiper left and right. So it should feel good in your lower back. And then bring your feet in so they're in line with your hips. We'll do one back bend tonight. So I'm gonna cue a bridge. If you have something else in your practice that you want to do, you can do that. But I'm gonna suggest we all do a traditional bridge pose. So your knees are in line with your hips, your heels are tickling distance with your middle finger, your big toes are facing away from you. You're pressing into the entire sole of each foot. You're going to start to peel your tailbone up one vertebra at a time, keeping your thighs parallel, slowly peeling up, lower back, middle back, upper back. So you're bringing your chest towards your chin as your chin reaches towards the ceiling. You can either hold on to the outer edges of your yoga mat, or if you want to interlace your fingers and walk your arms towards each other. Both of those are viable options. Lifting your chest. Okay, so we're going to stay here for a couple more breaths. And then release your hands if they're clasped and roll down opposite one vertebra at a time. Let your knees touch together. Place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Walk your feet to the edge of your yoga mat. Come into an active rest. Walk your feet back. Extend your legs away from you. If you have any last minute pose, twist, happy baby, another back bend, recline twist, legs up to the ceiling, anything you want to do, go ahead and do that now. Give you all a couple breaths to do that. And then when you are ready, you'll make your way into your Shavasana. So I like to come around the room with some lavender oil. If that is something you are not interested in, give me a little wave so I know not to bother you. All right, extend one leg away from you. Extend the other leg away from you. Extend your arms away from you. Take a big inhale and exhale everything in. Bring your energy, focus, and intention to your toes and your feet. Tense and squeeze every muscle in your foot. Squeeze them together. Tense it up, squeeze, and then let it go. Shake it out. Relax. Bring your energy and attention and focus to your legs, to your calves, your shins, your knees, your thighs. Squeeze every muscle of your leg together like you're wrapping around the bone. Squeeze it all in. And then exhale, release, let go. Bring your energy and attention to your hips, to your torso. Squeeze your butt in, tighten it up, squeeze it in, squeeze, 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 and then let it go. Shake it out and relax. Bring your energy and focus to your hands. Place your thumb inside your palm. Wrap the fingers around your thumb. Squeeze and tighten your hands into little balls. And then let them go. Shake them out. Let them relax. Bring your energy and attention to your arms. Tighten every muscle in your arms, your forearms, your elbows, your biceps, your triceps. Squeeze, 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 and then let it go. Shake it out. Let it relax. Bring your energy and attention to your chest and your shoulders and your neck. Tighten your chest. Squeeze your shoulders up to your ears. Tense up the neck. Squeeze it all in. And then let it go. Shake it out. Relax. Bring your attention and focus to your head and your face. Scrunch your nose. Purse your lips. Close your eyes really, really tight. Squeezing your cheeks. And then let it go. Shake it out. Relax. From the top of your head all the way down to your feet, squeeze and tense every single muscle up. Squeeze it all in, tighten it up, and then let it go. Shake it out. Move into your stillness, quiet. Start to deepen your breath. Feel your chest rise and fall. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Your head rock gently side to side. Stretch your arms out overhead, taking a big stretch. And then on your exhale, roll onto your side. However it's comfortable for you. We're going to hang out for a couple breaths on our side. Slowly getting the body back to moving around. And then when you're ready, make your way back up into your seated position. Taking your time to get there. then bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Feel your heartbeat. Feel the breath. Maybe let your chin rest down. Acknowledge the hard work that you did tonight. Acknowledge that you came and you took this time for yourself. I appreciate that you all came and let me lead you through your practice. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Namaste.